Her invitation is torn in half. Laughter echoes across the marble hall. A woman in a navy blue gown points at her as if she were a joke. "Trash," someone mutters, the word slicing through the air sharper than any blade. Zara's hand trembles, clutching her phone. Her chest rises and falls. Eyes all around her pierce her like knives. They laugh harder. Her humiliation spreads like wildfire in the grand ballroom, the chandelier above gleaming as if mocking her too. But in the stillness of her silence, something powerful brews. Before we continue, if you're watching for the first time, Elliot Stories welcomes you with a warm hug. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and tell us the city you're watching from. Zara forces a breath. She adjusts the simple black dress she's wearing, but it feels like the fabric itself is suffocating her under their gaze. Her phone vibrates in her hand. She lifts it slowly, pressing it to her ear, not to escape, but because this moment is about to change everything. "Hello, Daddy," she whispers. The laughter hushes for a second, but then the mocking starts again. "Of course, she's calling her daddy now," one man smirks. "Does her father even own a car?" Another chuckles. Zara closes her eyes. They don't know who her father is. The room sparkles with opulence, crystal glasses, polished tuxedos, a string quartet playing soft melodies in the corner. The billionaire's family at the center of it all radiates arrogance. They own the spotlight. Or so they think. She remembers walking in minutes earlier, holding the invite she was given by mistake, or so they claimed. The usher barely looked at her before tearing it in half. "This event isn't for people like you," he sneered. Her chest burned, but she swallowed the fire. Now she stands in the middle of a storm. They expect her to crumble. But Zara doesn't move. A tall man with silver hair, clearly the patriarch, steps closer. His smile is thin, brittle, full of venom. "Young lady," he says smoothly, "this gala is for people of stature. Perhaps you wandered in through the wrong door." Her lips tremble. She almost responds. But she holds back. Because the phone in her hand carries more weight than any insult. On the other end, her father speaks in calm authority. "Zara, where are you?" She exhales shakily. "At the Whitehall Gala, Dad. They said I don't belong here." There's silence. Then his voice hardens. "Stay exactly where you are." She lowers the phone. The wealthy family, still smirking, turns back to each other. A blonde woman whispers loudly, "Did you hear that? Her father probably cleans the floors here." Laughter ripples again. Zara feels her face flush, her fists clench. 100 thoughts scream inside her. Should she leave? Should she scream? Should she fight back? Every instinct collides at once. But something inside whispers, "Wait." Minutes crawl like hours. She stands frozen as whispers spread. Who invited her? Why hasn't security thrown her out yet? Doesn't she feel ashamed? Zara's eyes sting. She thinks back to her childhood. To all the times people underestimated her. To when her father, the CEO, told her, "Never let anyone define your worth. Diamonds are made under pressure." She inhales deeply. The chandelier lights blur through her tears. And then, the hall doors swing open. A hush falls. Heads turn. A man in a crisp black suit strides in with a presence that demands silence. His face is known worldwide. The billionaire CEO. Zara's father. Gasps scatter like glass breaking. The family that laughed a moment ago stiffens. The patriarch blinks, recognition draining the blood from his face. But the story doesn't end here. Because Zara has no idea that behind this humiliation lies a deeper betrayal. A hidden secret. A deal worth $750 million hanging by a thread. A revelation that will turn the laughter of this family into cries of panic. Her father doesn't smile as he walks past them. He heads straight to Zara, placing his hand on her shoulder with the gentleness of a man who has conquered empires yet never forgot love. "This is my daughter," he says. The words echo in the hall. The faces around them pale. The billionaire family freezes. Their smirks dissolve. Their champagne flutes tremble in their hands. Zara finally exhales, but her chest is heavy. Something inside her knows. This night is far from over. Because her father's eyes, dark, intense, are not just filled with pride. They are filled with fire. And as the silence in the hall thickens, Zara senses it. This is only the beginning. The billionaire CEO's voice cuts through the air. I see my daughter has been treated poorly. His tone is measured, but the tension snaps like electricity. Every guest feels it. The string quartet stops playing mid-note. The silver-haired patriarch forces a smile. It was a misunderstanding. We didn't know. You didn't know. Zara's father interrupts, his gaze sharp as steel. You tore her invitation. You called her trash. You mocked her in front of hundreds. The blonde woman fidgets with her glass, her laughter long gone. The young men who mocked Zara shrink into the background. But her father isn't done. He glances at Zara. Do you know why I was invited tonight? She shakes her head slowly. He turns back to the family. Because tonight, we were to finalize a $750 million partnership with your company. The words drop like thunder. Gasps ripple. The wealthy family's eyes widen. Zara blinks, her throat dry. All along, this wasn't just a party. It was a stage for a monumental deal. Her father continues, his voice cold. But what is wealth without dignity? What is partnership without respect? The patriarch stammers, Please, it was an unfortunate mistake. Surely we can. No, her father cuts him off with finality. This partnership is over. The hall erupts. Whispering voices rise. Phones buzz. Faces flush in shock. The patriarch's hands tremble as the reality crashes down. $750 million. Gone. In seconds. Zara's chest swells with emotion. She sees the family's faces shift from arrogance to desperation. And for the first time all night, she feels taller. Stronger. Whole. Her father leans close to her and whispers, Never forget, Zara, your worth can't be measured by their laughter. Tears well in her eyes. She nods, swallowing the lump in her throat. But there's one more twist. As they turn to leave, another CEO, who had been watching quietly, approaches. Mr. Adeyemi, I saw everything. I want to invest in your company. With respect. With integrity. Let's talk. Zara's father smiles for the first time that night. Now that is a partnership. The billionaire family collapses into silence, watching helplessly as opportunity walks away with dignity. Zara walks out of the ballroom, her head held high. The same girl they mocked minutes ago now shines brighter than the chandelier above. And the lesson lingers in the air, heavy and undeniable. Pride built on arrogance crumbles. But dignity, even under fire, prevails. This is Elliot Stories reminding you that no matter who mocks you, no matter how hard the humiliation burns, your worth is unshakable. Respect, courage, and truth always outshine arrogance. Visit Elliot Stories for more inspiring stories. And remember, your story matters too.